The Gibbes Museum of Art is constantly evolving. Whether it's new works, exhibitions, or programs, there's always something to enjoy. And when you want to make art a permanent part of your life, there's a new way to do so. We're joined by Erin Nathanson, Director of Contemporary Initiatives and Public Engagement at the Gibbes. And it's good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thanks for having me on.
The Gibbes is always up to something. What's the latest that's been going on?
Well, we've been busy these past couple of months adapting to everything with COVID. We've provided a lot of virtual experiences, but now that we've reopened, we wanted to debut a new space that's on the first level of the museum, and it's directly connected with our education corridor where our visiting artists have their residencies.
And tell us a bit of the history of the Visiting Artist Program. This is something that's been going on for the last few years.
It has. So when the Gibbes originally opened, they had the first floor really as a creative space, and they had classrooms and workshops always going. And over the years, it transitioned into exhibition space. But in 2014, when they underwent a 2-year renovation and reopened in 2016, they wanted to return the first level to the original intent, and that was to provide access to artists for our visitors to be able to see the process of art making. And so it was a natural transition for us to take that program a step further. And now we actually support careers for our visiting artists and help connect them with collectors for their work.
And that's what I think is so beautiful about the Gibbes in particular, is that you really do highlight, showcase local artists. So it's not just showing the history of South Carolina, historical artists, but current artists who are thriving and alive and well in today's society, but giving them a place to showcase their work.
Definitely. And, Charleston has changed so much in the past, 15 years that I've been here, that maintaining a cultural space and outlet for visual artists is so important in the downtown area. And the Gibbes, it's just, we want it to be thought of as that platform that will be here and can continue to support visual artists year round. Also, collecting art is accessible for everyone. We've done this originally. We started out with our visiting artists connecting with our museum store by creating products that were accessible and functional for everyday life. So this is just taking it a step further of introducing how you can collect work. It doesn't have to be a scary process, and it also shows you that how your dollars really affect your community. If we can continue to support the artists that live here, they will stay in Charleston, and we can continue to have an amazing community of artists here.
And what I think is so lovely is that when someone comes to the Gibbes, like you say, the first floor, it's accessible to everyone. No admission is required. And that's where the Ruth and Bill Baker Arts Gallery is. So you can essentially go in as either just an admirer or a purchaser of this art. So you can walk the halls, the walls, and see what's being created, but then you can also decide to make it a part of your life permanently.
Yes, definitely. And there's many ways to support the museum as well. I mean, we created the first level as admission free because we did want art to be accessible to everyone. And then we have membership levels that make it easy for you and your family to be able to tour the entire museum year round. And now we have many virtual programs and opportunities as well. So if you're not quite there yet with venturing out, you can still follow the Gibbes social media as well as join some of those free programs.
And you've got some of the most beautiful artwork. How old is the Gibbes right now?
So the Gibbes opened in 1905.
Goodness gracious.
Yes.
It has lasted quite a long time, and it's only growing and evolving and getting better with every passing year. COVID be darned. So for the next series of visiting artists, you have from August 31st to September 27th. Who are you going to be featuring?
We're going to be featuring two artists. One of them, his name is Antoine Ford, and he's from Mount Pleasant. He's carrying on the legacy of his family with sweetgrass basket making, but pushing it a little further. A lot of his work is more geometric. It's not your usual organic forms that you see with sweetgrass. So it's very exciting to see younger generations taking a material and adapting it to, what they would like to see come out of it.
And they're a treasure because fewer and fewer people are doing it.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So you can come and visit him. His hours will be Friday and Saturdays. And then Catherine Dunlap is our second visiting artist. And she also focuses on family and references old photographs and reimagines experiences from her generations of her family being involved with the equestrian industry and with horses. And I mean, her painting style is very vibrant and ethereal. And she uses a water media that is like watercolor, but it's actually opaque. And it's just a really beautiful way to paint on paper. And so people can visit with her and see that medium as well, that they might not be so familiar with.
It sounds fascinating. Sounds wonderful. Erin, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us with that information. Of course, we're going to share it with our viewers. And congratulations on the opening of the new sales gallery.
Thank you. Thank you so much.